Hello, I'm Maria Elena Renteria, Marketing Director, Latin America for Kohler Company. And I'm honored to be joined today with Jonathan Scott, TV host and contractor, to discuss design tips and trends for 2022. Jonathan, welcome and thank you for being here with our Latin America audience.
Thank you for having me. I thought you were supposed to introduce me as the better looking twin. Isn't that part of our agreement?
I missed that, but we can do it all over again. No problem.
We'll be fine. We'll continue. I'm
Actually,
excited because I'll say one thing that, when we did our Latin American press tour a couple of years ago, I've never seen such a receptive audience. We had so much fun. I'm telling you, we have to go back and do another tour. It would be great to see everybody face to face.
We would love that, Jonathan. It would be our honor, and I'm sure it will be highly welcomed in Latin. Thank you very much. Well, I'm going to start by talking about what's been happening in the last couple of years. So, of course, we spent a lot of time at home, and people are really focusing on redesigning their spaces. What are some of the design elements and styles that have really made an impact in regards to the kitchen and bath?
We're still seeing them as, for the kitchen in particular, a hub for entertaining. So I think one of the most important things is making sure you have a bright, inviting space if your footprint allows for it. Anytime someone's renovating, you'll see a lot of people, sometimes they'll just put new cabinets or new fixtures into the same footprint that doesn't really work. Look at how you can transform it to be a hub. Open up a wall, have an island where people can gather around. And I think it's just about bringing family together, bringing friends together. In the bathroom, one of the trends that we're seeing, which I really love, is tubs and showers. So if you create an actual wet room, so we'll tile an entire room and then put a tub within the wet space. It's really elegant. It makes a statement, and then you can have glass on the front to close it off. It really looks spectacular. So we get a lot of comments on that. People love that.
Oh, fantastic. That definitely a trend we're seeing too. You talked about transformation, and within transformation, technology is playing a huge role nowadays. I would say today more than ever in our daily lives, and of course in our design styles and design elements as well. Is there any particular technology that's caught your attention in regards to the kitchen and bath world that you would think people should consider incorporating in their homes?
A number of things. Technology, the whole point in technology is to make your life easier. And so whether it's, faucets that you can, turn and turn off just with your wrist or something like that, or it senses your hand and turns on and off, that's a real helper when you have your hands full. I think looking at ways as well to mask technology into fixtures that are really elegant and tie into everything else that you have going on. So I like now that you have different trims for your lighting and things that, that can make it a little bit more elegant. Actually, in the kitchen in particular, one of the coolest technologies that we're pushing now is for people who don't have a huge footprint and, maybe they have their cooktop on the island, something like that. We're now designing a lot of spaces where you can have your induction technology, so the cooking technology under the stone, so that most of the time you're using your island or your counter space for functional storage or for the kids to do homework or whatever it might be. But when you need to cook, well, you can then put down the mats that indicate where the induction is, and you can cook right on that. You would never even know that there are burners underneath the stone, but induction technology has come a long way.
Definitely. That's really interesting. And I have to ask, Jonathan, you have worked in a variety of design styles and spaces. I'm guessing it's hundreds and thousands of them. Are there any particular trends that you feel have conquered the test of time?
When you look at classic finishes, there's a lot more life to them. So when you look at the beauty of stone, I like that a lot of the new products, whether it's, quartz or aluminum or, neolith, all these different brands, they're still trying to emulate what a natural stone looks like. And so having that look of marble, but something that will stand up to what life throws at it, I think that's why I love a lot of the man-made products, because what good is having a beautiful stone if the first time the kids spill the juice on it, it's ruined? Or let's be honest, if your husband spills the red wine on it. So, trying to think of ways that we can, get that classic beauty, something that's stood the test of time and will also stand up to what real life throws at it. Another thing as well is, open concept has been a big hot button issue, because some people are like, no, I don't want open concept, and I want to have my own space. And then other people say, well, I don't want to be trapped in the kitchen and not a part of what's happening with the family. So you have to realize open concept is really just between the kitchen, living room, and dining room. Those three spaces, that's where you want to have it open and airy and make sure that everyone feels like they're a part of the action.
I can relate to that, definitely. Jonathan, I have to admit, I'm a huge fan. I am, and I love your shows. And one of the things that I really admire is how you deal with hundreds and thousands of families with different styles, different needs, and somehow you adapt what works for them, and you create something beautiful and gorgeous that works for them. But I think everybody's would be very curious to know, what is your own personal style when it comes to your home? What is your style within your home? Do you have a favorite room? Is there anything in particular? Can you tell us about that?
I usually coin it that I'm elegantly eclectic. I like things that are interesting and not matchy-matchy. I'm not super modern. My own personal style. And the great thing too, Zoe is exactly the same as me. We love something that feels classic, maybe a little more traditional. You can still have updated elements, modern elements, but overall the design, I like it if you walk in and you see vintage pieces and you see something unique that you've never seen anywhere else, or you see a gallery wall with all different frames and things like that.
Oh, I can relate to that. Definitely. Of course, we've had a lot of unexpected life changes in the last couple of years. Do you have any design predictions for 2022 that you could share with us?
Yeah, one thing we saw actually starting before the pandemic, but really reinforced after the pandemic, are requests for spaces at home that, for example, people working from home now, doing a lot of video chats from home, wanting to have either a home office or even just a background that's presentable. Like in your place, you've got this beautiful background, and I love the depth to that. Here I'm in a small room, but this behind me, I'm actually in Drew's podcast room, but this is a fancy Murphy bed. So you press a button and it comes out, it turns around and folds down. So if they ever need a guest bedroom, this can be a bedroom. So those are the kinds of things that we're noticing people want. Clever multifunctioning spaces so they can get more room out of their square footage. And also things like a home theater or a yoga room or, whatever it might be, something that just gets the ability for people to have the safe, comfortable space at home, but also have friends and family over.
Wonderful. Of course, we spent a lot of time at home, or we still are. And a lot of us have decided already to do that remodel that we've been thinking for years. And some of us are probably on the verge, they're still thinking about it, if we should do it or not. Are there any specific tips that you could share with the audience in regards to those people who are thinking of doing those home improvements?
Yeah, the big thing for us is your home should make your life easier. So what is it in your home? What's a problem that could be resolved by a renovation that would actually free up some time, make life a little easier? If you look at, say, for example, families who have lots of kids, maybe you have 5 kids, you spend half your life doing laundry. Well, there are, maybe a renovation in mind that would, put a little more attention into the laundry facility. There are washers and dryers today where you can do a wash in 15 minutes, dry in 15 minutes. How much time would that free up? So think about what would actually make life easier and focus on that. And some people say, I'd like to wait, I'll save up, and then in 10 years we'll renovate. Well, most lenders today, they offer renovation-specific products where you could finance your renovation, do it now, enjoy your home to its fullest for the next 10 years, and you'll be in the exact same situation because you'll still have a nice place. you'll have your renovation loan paid off, and you've enjoyed the last 10 years at home. So invest in your happiness and invest in your home.
Invest in your happiness and invest in your home. I think that's a beautiful quote to wrap up this conversation, Jonathan. Thank you very much for being with us today. It's been such an honor to speak to you. And we definitely hope to see you in Latin America sometime soon.
Oh, I'm definitely coming to visit the Kohler Signature Store. I mean, this is exactly up my alley. We share the same fundamental principle that design is so much fun. It's so important. There's a lot of power in design. So thank you very much for letting me be a part of the chat.
Thank you very much.